Welcome back, students. This is the second video of the chapter Articles. In the first video, I taught you about the indefinite articles, when to use the indefinite articles, and based on that, you've already done exercise A. So now you're confident to use indefinite articles, right? Indefinite articles are a and an. But now we have to study definite articles. Let's learn more about definite articles, when to use definite articles. Alright, this again we will do with the help of some rules. Here I've taken a sentence, let's read a book. The second sentence is, we could read the book we got from the library. Now do you see the difference here? In the first sentence, I'm using I'm saying let's read a book because you're talking about any book in general. But in the second one, you're saying we could read the book we got from the library. Here you're talking about reading a particular book, a book that you have got from the library. That is why here we use the word the. We are using the definite article over here. So the definite article the is used to refer to a particular person or thing. When you're referring to something in particular, when you're pointing out to something in particular or someone in particular, you use the definite article the. That is why in the first sentence we are saying let's read a book because we're talking about any book in general. But in the second sentence we are saying we could read the book we got from the library because we are talking about a particular book here. That is about rule number 1. Now remember that a or an can only be used with singular countable nouns, but the can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns, whether in the singular or in the plural. Now when I was doing indefinite articles, I told you that you can only use indefinite articles when you have a countable noun in the singular number. But that rule does not apply for definite articles. You can use the definite article for countable as well as for uncountable nouns. It can be singular or it can be plural. You can use it either ways. We'll move on to rule number 2. Let's see what we have here. This we'll try to understand with an example. Let's read the sentence. I went to a shop yesterday to buy an umbrella, but the shop was closed. Now, in the first part of the sentence where I say I went to a shop yesterday to buy an umbrella, but the shop was closed. Now, in the second part, when I'm again using the word shop, because I've already mentioned the word shop in the previous part of the sentence, in the later part, I will use the definite article because I'm referring to that particular shop. Let's read the rule for this. The definite article the is used when we speak of a person or thing that we have already referred to. If we have already referred to a person or a thing, if we've already spoken about a person or a thing, then in the later part of the sentence, we will use the definite article. We will not use a and an. Instead of it, we will use the definite article. Next is rule number 3. Again, we'll understand with the help of an example. The tiger is a majestic creature. Now, why are we using the over here? Because the definite article the is used when a singular common noun is used to indicate a whole class. This is similar to the one that we studied in indefinite articles as well. When you're referring to a whole class of a singular common noun, you can use the article the. Let's see rule number 4. Try to solve this, students, by yourself. I'm sure you will be able to do this. He is dash most intelligent student in the class. The answer will be he is the most intelligent student in the class. That means the definite article the is used with superlatives. This I had also taught you when we were doing degrees of comparison, that in the superlative degree, you will use the article the before the adjective. So whenever you have the superlative degree of the adjective, remember to use the article the. Next rule. Try to answer this. He is sitting in dash first row. Yes, answer is the first row. That means you can also use the definite article in phrases such as the first, the last, the only, the next, and the previous. So whenever you have such phrases, you will always use the definite article the. Moving on, we will see some more rules. This picture I've taken from your book. These are a lot of rules which are back to back. We will keep on reading, and these are very general, very easy rules. The is used with nouns such as earth, sky, moon, sun, etc. So we say we could see the sun through the clouds. We don't say we could see sun through the clouds, or we don't say we could see a sun through the clouds. We only say we could see the sun, because these are heavenly bodies and they are only one and they are particular. That is why we use the definite article in this case. It is used before ordinals, first, third, fifth, etc. So you know that these are ordinals, first, third, fifth. We did this in degrees of comparison as well. So before these also you can use the. She was the fourth person to ask me the same question that day. The is also used before an adjective when the noun is understood. What does this mean? Noun is understood means that the noun is not necessarily written, but you can understand what the noun will be. Let's see the sentence for this. It says, we should encourage the blind to be self-sufficient. We should encourage the blind to be self-sufficient. Now see, blind is an adjective and it is understood that the noun after this should be people. But it is not written over here. It is just understood. So in this case also, before the adjective, we use the definite article. Next, it is used before the names of musical instruments, like he plays the piano. You can also say he plays the tabla or the guitar. The definite article is used before certain proper nouns, such as names of rivers, seas and oceans, the Indus, the Nile, the Mediterranean Sea, the Indian Ocean. It is also used before names of mountain ranges like the Alps, the Andes. We also say the Himalayas, etc. The names of families and nationalities like the Roys, the Brownings, the French, the English. So before nationalities as well, we also say the Indians. The Indians are very cultural, right? So we use the before names of families as well as names of nationalities. We also use the before holy books such as the Bible, the Vedas, the Quran. It is used before names of newspapers like the Telegraph, the Pioneer, the Hindustan Times, the Times of India. So before such things also we use the definite article. These are very general rules, you already know this. So this is basically just a brush up. Some more rules are over here. Let's see that. We also use the with directions, the north, the west, the east, the south. So I can say that I live in the south, right? Or I live in the north, whatever. It is used with countries if the name contains a common noun. Okay, so if you have a country's name that consists of a common noun, in that case also you will use the word the. So if I say United Kingdom or United States, here kingdom and states are common noun. Because the country's name has common noun, the definite article will be used before this. So we don't say the India because India does not have a common noun. But when we are saying United Kingdom or United States, because kingdom and states are common noun, we will use a definite article before such countries. Okay. It is also used before well-known buildings and institutions. The United Nations, the Red Fort, the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, right? So before such important buildings, such important monuments, here also we use the definite article. The is also used before abbreviations such as the UN, the USA. We also say the UK, right? So whenever you have an abbreviation, you can use a definite article before that. We use the before classes of people like the rich, the poor. Here's a short note over here. Let's read what it says. The is not used before expressions such as last night, last week, last year, next week, and next month. So whenever you're using these expressions, be very careful. You will not use the in this case. We don't say that I went to my friend's place the last night. We don't say that. We just say I went to my friend's place last night. So before such phrases, be careful. Do not use the definite article. I hope the rules are clear till here. After this, we have exercise B on page number 67. Here you have to fill in the blanks with a, an or the. Again, children, I want you all to do this in your rough copy. I will share the answers in the next class. Thank you.